Tommy? You told me a year ago you were going to stop looking at that photo, darling. That phone call you got from that fellow on the boat with Tina.
Ken Schneider.
He stirred you up again.
What was the last thing she saw? I want to go back. Back to the day she first met him. Back to the moment she first laid eyes on him. So I can whisper in her ear.
What would you say to her?
I'd say, do not look at that man. I'd say, turn and run, Tina, baby, run. As fast as you can.
Hey, seem to keep running into you.
Yeah, well, we do have 4 classes together.
4? Oh, it's a bit of a coincidence.
Yeah, maybe. Of course, fate.
No, I don't believe in fate.
No, you don't believe in fate? You sure? Positive? Hold on. Yes, you do. You definitely believe in fate.
How would you know?
Because you believe in God, don't you? And all that stuff they teach you in church. God has a plan, all that.
Okay, well, if you put it that way.
Ooh, you are easy. I bet I can talk you into anything.
You think so, do you?
Mm-hmm. Doubt my powers of persuasion. Okay, let's try this one. Have dinner with me. Tonight.
That's very sweet, but I can't.
Did you hear that sound? That's the sound of my heart breaking into a million little pieces.
Oh, please. You don't even know my name.
Yes, I do. It's Tina Thomas, communications major. I'm Gabe Watson, public relations major.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing you in class. All 4 of them.
Well, I'll be the guy in the corner pining away for you.
Well, you're pretty funny, Gabe Watson.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fat lot of good that just did me.
I owe you, man. You getting your dad to give me that job?
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna pick up my bar tab for the next 10 years. You see that blonde over there on the couch?
Yeah?
I went to college with her. And she had a smile that just did something to me.
Raised your flag.
Yeah, it did that. I'm going in. I'll be right back. Good luck. I don't need it.
Yeah, it really is the cutest purse.
Oh, right? So anyway, I asked him about it last night, and you know what he said? He's like, oh, I forgot.
Pathetic! Get rid of him, I think. Yeah, seriously.
Excuse me, I don't know who this guy is, but he's not right for you.
Oh my God, Gabe Watson.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you? Well, it's not exactly my dream job, marketing for a department store, but the people are really nice, and it's decent pay, and it's a good stepping stone for me. What? What?
You knew I had a crush on you back in school, right?
I remember you asking me out.
I remember that too. I also, I found out what classes you were in, and I went for the same ones. Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's how bad I had it for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. What, I invite him to the party, and then he's ignoring me? Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
Hey.
these are some very nice girls. This party, and they are,
Awkward.
talk to y'all in a bit. Hey. Oh, no. What's with the look?
Nothing. I just thought you came here to be with me, not little Miss Fake Tan out there.
Oh, sorry. What? No, look. Hey, no, wait.
What?
Stop. Hey.
Let's go! Let's go! Bubble wrap.
We sell all sorts of packaging material, but bubble wrap is our #1 product. Basically, we make bank selling air.
Sounds like a good business.
But Gabe isn't going to work in his dad's company forever. He's been interviewing with other positions.
But nothing's grabbing me yet.
Well, there's something to be said for the safety of a family business.
I am its top salesman. And Dad wants me to stay around so badly he's offered to give me money for a down payment on a house. That's a big old colonial sound, huh? Maybe with a pretty woman in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant?
In your dreams? I don't think so.
So, Gabe, tell us a little more about yourself.
Well, ma'am, not much to tell, really. I go to work every day. Dinner with my folks on Saturday, church on Sunday.
What church would that be?
Oh, well, now, sir, according to the First Amendment, that really shouldn't matter, should it?
Gabe.
No, I mean, come on, if I were a Muslim, would he kick me out of the house?
Oh, I might kick you out anyway.
Okay, Daddy, he's just trying to be funny, okay? Gabe is Baptist like us.
What about hobbies? What do you like to do?
The normal things. Like watching football, playing pool. I like to go down to the ocean, go scuba diving when I can. I've gone on like 50 dives. I got my rescue diving qualifications done last year.
Tina doesn't dive.
Well, if you don't dive, well, you're just gonna have to learn then, won't you?
I want to learn. If you promise to keep me safe.
Well, I'll keep you safe.
She doesn't even like to swim.
Okay.
When the good Lord picked these two amazing people here to be our parents, I think even my baby self knew just how lucky we were. And it's not just because my daddy used to hoist me up on his shoulders like I was a little princess. It was also because Alanda and I had two amazing parents to show us what real love is all about. We love you to pieces.
Oh, you can dance, huh?
Sweet talker. think I'll keep you.
Yeah, I think you're drunk. Mind if I cut in? I'm sorry, Tommy. This is my dance.
Next one, Dad, okay? So you sure you don't mind me spending the night?
It's fine. Trust me.
Well, it's just my dad is driving me crazy.
Really? Your dad? Right now, your dad.
Well, it's just that half the time he's complaining that you call me too much. And then the other half of the time he's complaining that you're using me. I mean, you're not just using me for sex. Right? I mean, you see us making a real commitment sometime soon, right?
You know, if you'd opened your eyes, you'd be able to answer your own question.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? It's only been 10 feet away from you for the past week.
What has?
What?
Is that a ring?
Oh, my. Baby. No. You can't look. You look, I gotta take it back.
Well, isn't it for me?
Maybe, but the time has gotta be right.
Well, I do want the timing to be right.
Good.
Why are you in such a good mood? Because I think today's the day.
The day for what?
Well, you know that jewelry bag that's been sitting on top of the TV for 2 months now?
Yes.
This morning, it was gone.
Okay, everybody. Time to eat. But before we do, Gabe has an announcement.
All right. Here comes the meat. Excuse me, can I borrow her for a minute?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming out to my delayed housewarming party. Sorry it took so long, but I've been a little busy running back and forth to the store getting all the things that Tina said I needed to get. So the announcement is, I have decided to accept the position of Vice President of Sales at Watson Packaging. Thank you, Dad. I love you very much. Come here.
And the ring's still sitting there.
Yes, it's still sitting there, but I never should have told you about it in the first place, Dad.
Then talk to your mom. Talk to Joanna. There's no reason you have to put up with this kind of garbage.
What's wrong with waiting for the right time to get down on one knee?
He's taunting you, darling. And you know it. At least I hope you know it. You deserve better than that.
I know, but you make it sound like he's being mean to me, and he's not. He loves me. I know that.
He just what? You're trying to come up with a defense for it, but you can't. I gotta be honest about what I see, darling. And what I see is this beautiful ray of sunshine being shut out by a dark cloud.
He's got his own way of doing things, and I bet you anything he's planning this big romantic proposal for me right now. You watch.
Well, if that's what you want, darling, then that's what your daddy wants.
I know you don't mean that.
Well, I think if we just wait a little while longer, we can all have breakfast. Does he have a problem being on time?
Oh, he should be here soon.
If I get much older, I'm gonna be here.
I need it done. But, what's that? Hey. Oh, yeah. I want in that pool. Give me back by 10. Yeah, roll tide and get those orders out. All right, I gotta go, Maddie. Bye. Bye. Sorry.
Good to see you, Gabe.
Yeah, happy birthday. Sorry. Another year older, huh?
I like to think of it as another year wiser. Thank you. What are you drinking?
Whatever y'all are drinking, that's...
How about some white wine?
Sure. Thank you.
Well, maybe we could have a look at your menu, Gabe?
Yeah, you know, anything but onions is fine. I can't really do onions, thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Hey, Johnny. Yeah, no, I told you we could do it, but 422, that's as low as we can go. I told you we could take care of that.
Excuse me.
But
Go to
we
men's
can't go
room.
any lower than 422. No, that's just it.
Well, for God's sakes, it's Daddy's birthday. Now, can we please just order? Alanda, leave it, okay?
Johnny, I've got to go. I'm being kind of pressured into a dinner here. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Pressured. You were so rude.
Honey, I'm just trying to take care of a little
No,
business.
we've been waiting here for you for over half an hour. We're all hungry.
You guys are hungry? Y'all are hungry? Okay, I'm hungry too. I've been working all day. I haven't eaten. I didn't want to come here, but you made me come here. But you know what? Here's a nice piece of pizza. Oh, but it's got onions on it. I can't eat it. So why don't you eat it?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I should go. I'm sorry. Don't drop out of the pocket and don't throw up your back foot. Come on. We are never gonna get a bowl game like this. Whoa, why do you just do that?
Do you know how long that ring's been sitting there
A
for?
while. We have the
No,
remote.
6 months now.
Give me the remote, Tina.
Do you have any idea how twisted that is?
I told you. Let's wait for the right time.
Well, you know what? I'm done waiting. That ring can sit there for the next 100 years for all I care.
Yeah, and I told you that female manipulative BS don't work on me, honey.
Manipulation is your game, not mine. You know, my daddy's been right about you all
Your
along.
daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
And I'm done defending you.
Go talk to your dad.
I'm done with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Done.
Go talk to your daddy.
All right.
35, 40, what a block! 45, still going, brought down at the 50! This is really gonna have to come up with a big win here.
Who are you throwing the ball to?
You know, I feel like I broke up with him, and he doesn't even know it.
He'll figure it out eventually.
No, he won't. I feel like I could walk up to him and say, Gabe, I never want to see you again, and he would just ask me what I'm making for dinner.
I felt for a long time he's been messing with your head.
I know. I'm so stupid to let him do that.
No, you are not stupid.
Your cousin Alice had a crush on me, right? You know, I really enjoyed that exhibition.
CTP is a wonderful artist, and he's only 20.
Amazing.
You know, we definitely share more in common than two people should.
Yes, well, Joanna always did say that we would make the perfect couple.
Joanna is my smartest cousin.
So you want to file all these in under P, all right? And,
Now, are you supposed to put this in the computer like that? Yeah.
Gabe.
I told you I was waiting until the time was right. Well, it's right. You belong with me, Tina. And knowing me, I even know where I want to take us for our honeymoon. What's the most beautiful place in the world?
And Tina said yes, she wants to marry you.
Well, yes. I mean, have you ever met a girl who wanted a ring on her finger more than Tina? Of course, I wanted to get your blessing.
Gabe, do you love my daughter?
That question is just too corny.
Really?
Yeah.
I still want an answer.
Okay, Tommy. Then my answer is this. That's personal between me and Tina. Now, the important thing is that we're comfortable together.
That's the important thing.
Well, sir, we seem to think so.
You have my blessing.
Thank you, sir. It means a lot.
Goodbye.
I'll just show myself out.
I bet you will.
Goodbye.
Jackie, turn your air off. Respirators on. Okay. Breathe regular.
All right, here you go.
Jackie, come on. Regulator
What do you think? That wasn't so bad.
I'm trying. I still don't like it.
You can't back out.
I know, I'm not backing out.
Good. Good. Because I want a wife who doesn't just shop all day. I want a wife who likes to do things with me. The things that I like to do, like fishing and diving.
Okay, well, isn't there anything you like to do that doesn't involve going on the water? Water freaks me out. I like air.
The water is your friend. And you've got plenty of air. You just need to breathe it. Yeah, like that.
Great. Well, if I forget to breathe, remember, I'm an organ donor.
Right, it's good to know. Oh, honey, actually, that reminds me. I need you to make me the beneficiary of your insurance.
Ah, way to boost my confidence. Thanks.
I know. No. It's serious. Come on. We got a mortgage now. We got to take care of each other. Gotta max out our insurance, make sure the other one's covered.
So does that mean I don't have to dive until I'm loaded with insurance?
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
Stand right over here, move a bit of an angle off
Love you and we're gonna get married.
All right, Gabe.
Oh, before I forget, Gabe asked me again about the life insurance.
I'll take care of it when you come back.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I don't want him to get mad, so if he says anything, just pretend that we already did it.
Tina, if you're afraid of Gabe, you shouldn't be walking down the aisle with him tomorrow.
Daddy, I'm not afraid of Gabe. I want the wedding to go nice and smooth.
I don't think you're being honest here. I don't think you feel sure about this guy.
Please don't do this today.
This is the only day left.
Okay, now the bride and her father.
Daddy, I know you love me.
More than anything in this world.
Then listen to me. This is what I want. I want to marry Gabe. He makes me happy.
Is that true? You know this in your heart.
If you won't bring her down, I'll take her myself. Come on.
princess.
That's exactly what you are.
David Gabriel Watson, what token do you give as a symbol of your faithfulness?
A ring?
Repeat after me as you place the ring on Christina's finger. This ring I give thee.
This ring I give thee.
In token of the covenant.
In token of the covenant.
Made this day between us.
Made this day between us.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Spirit.
And of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
You may kiss the bride.
Now you're all mine.
I like the way she looks on the screen. I like the way she sings and screams. She really drives me to my knees. Yeah, and I like the way she holds her breath when she's in bed. She's rough and ready for dessert. She likes her cherries with some cream. I'd never take her out to dinner.
I like being married.
Yeah. You certainly liked it last night.
Yes, I'm a very lucky girl.
I should have put that in the vows. I promise to keep you satisfied.
Someone will hear.
So what? Let him hear. Let him hear. No, don't do it. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. Don't answer it.
No,
That's
I
gonna
have
be
to.
your dad. I know it. I guarantee it. Don't answer your phone, Tina. Don't do it. Don't answer it. Oh, thank you.
Gorgeous.
She is cute.
Oh, he's so soft and cuddly. Oh, I don't want to leave here. I love Sydney. I want to stay another few days.
What, miss out on the wonders of the Great Barrier Reef? No way, Jose.
I'm nervous about diving.
You're nervous about diving? Well, honey, I'm glad we got this on tape before you get eaten by a shark.
That's not funny, Gabe.
It's a little funny.
No, it's not.
It's a little fun. Say goodbye to the camera.
Bye, camera. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Give camera a kissy.
Stay here over there, guys. Welcome aboard. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my God. It's so big.
Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard, guys. Wade Singleton, your dive master, and you are?
Dave Watson, practically a dive master. It's Tina Thomas.
Tina Watson. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Honeymooners. Well, you're starting off right with this expedition. Now, you can stow your dive gear over there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, you are in cabin 8, one deck up. There's a wine and cheese reception in the saloon, top deck, 8 o'clock sharp.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Honeymooners.
Yes, are we?
Congratulations.
Is it possible to get seasick already? Oh, sweet.
Are you sure?
No. Okay.
Don't mind me.
Welcome aboard, sir.
What happened?
How can I tempt you, ladies?
Oh, yeah. So here it is, my first test dive, and I can't even get down more than 3 feet.
Yeah, that's why God invented weights.
Yeah, wow.
And that's what I was telling her from shore. Honey, you need some weights.
Well, okay, so I start having a panic attack and think, oh God, I'm gonna fail. And I'm gonna have to sit the whole honeymoon on the boat.
So you've never been diving in open ocean before?
It's my first time.
Well, you'll love the Yongala. It's gorgeous down there.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's spooky.
Oh, yeah, I read somewhere that 120 souls died on board.
And all their bodies are still down there, trapped in their cabins.
Gives you a chill, doesn't it?
Kinda.
You okay, honey?
Just seasick. I'm gonna get some air.
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't. That's not funny. God.
Come on now, that was a little funny.
No. If you're gonna be a jerk, I'm going to bed.
No, Okay. You keep acting like that, you're gonna ruin it for me and you're gonna ruin it for yourself.
I just feel really sick.
Okay. Hey. I'm sorry. Come here. You still seasick?
Kinda.
You want to take another drown, man? Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Morning. We have your honeymoon scheduled for an orientation dive, 10 a.m.
You know what? I told the guy when we signed up that that wouldn't be necessary. I've got over 50 dives under my belt.
Yeah, well, I still got to recommend it, mate. We got a strong current today. Tina, would you be up for an orientation dive?
It's okay. It's okay. Gabe's a rescue diver, so we should be fine. I don't know. Do you think we should, maybe?
Fine. Honey, we are in salt water, not fresh water. You're gonna need some more weights. Give me 2 more.
2 more.
2 more.
Okay.
Have some fun down there today.
Yeah, you too. Hey, I don't remember what that red flag means.
Oh, that means a fast current. But don't worry, we just flowed with the current over the top of the wreck anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Okay. Okay?
All right, you go first. That's it, mark on. And away you go.
Honey, you can do this. That damn dive computer's beeping at me. Piece of junk.
So what do we do?
Well, hey, we get back on the tender. Out of the boat, I'll check it out there.
Thanks.
Is everything okay?
Dive computer's not working. I'm gonna check it out.
You all right, honey?
Yeah, thanks. I'll get used to it, I guess.
Well, you don't have to go again if you don't want to.
Yeah, well, I feel like I have to now, so. That's cool.
Okay, let's go.
You don't have to, but please.
Fins, belts, masks. All right, whoever's ready for the next trip out, let's go. I'm ready.
What happened?
You're not gonna believe this. I put the battery in backwards. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right, off you go. Get straight back.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I don't really feel very comfortable.
It's gonna be fun. Come on. You want to go first?
Have I got enough air?
What's that?
I just don't know if I have enough air.
Got enough air, baby. We checked before we went.
Okay.
How about you go down first?
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's gonna be fun. Come on. Ready?
Oh.
All right. Put your rig in.
This is fun. Where is it? Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Dr. Metz, off you go.
have the oxygen. Simon, Tracy.
Paul's alive.
Right, let's go. Gently. Simon, grab a legs. Here we go. We'll roll over. How we go with an oxygen? One,
Yeah,
two,
they've got all of
three,
that out.
4, 5. 1, 2,
We're estimating
3,
about 3
4,
minutes.
5. 3, 4, 5.
I was swimming down, but she was sinking too fast.
That's not possible. You need to come up with a different story because that couldn't happen.
Don't you want to go over to the other boat, be with Tina?
1, 2,
I'll go with you.
4, 45.
I'd just be in the way. I could use a hug, though.
Dr. Williams said that if you keep going...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is there any response?
1, 2, 3.
Gabe, we worked on Tina 40 minutes trying to revive her.
We did everything humanly possible.
We're really sorry to have to tell you this, but she didn't make it.
What?
I'm very sorry.
He bragged about being a rescue diver, yet he couldn't bring her up from 40 feet. You never leave your dive, buddy. Never. And he didn't go over to the other boat when she was dying. Who lets his wife die alone? Huh? Who? The story is crap. Pure crap.
Okay. Yes, sure. You're right. Gabe, is there anything I can do? Maybe call someone for you.
I gotta call people.
Hello?
We came to Australia for our honeymoon. Tina wanted to swim with the sea turtles. We didn't know how strong that current was.
So you think the current made Tina panic?
I saw it in her eyes. She wanted to get back to that line. And then? And she started thrashing around. Her hand knocked off my mask. And I had to let her go to put it back on. When I was able to look for her, she was 10 feet below me, sinking picked her up, she was reaching for me. I tried to swing to her. She was sinking too fast, and I couldn't reach her. She went down like that statue in Europe, you know, with the hands up.
Now, what statue's that, Gabe?
You know, I don't know the name of it. And I also don't know if she was with us still at that point.
Do you think she was?
I saw her eyeballs. She was about 10 feet away.
Did she still appear to be breathing at this stage?
I saw bubbles. I couldn't tell if she was inhaling or exhaling.
Something not right about this American guy's story.
What?
I don't know. I'm not buying it. He comes to this country on his honeymoon. His wife dies and he doesn't shed a tear.
Maybe he's in shock.
No, he's changed his story 3 times in the last 2 days.
Why didn't you call us, Gabe?
My dad called you, didn't he?
But you didn't call. I need to know that you did everything you could for Tina.
That she wasn't alone in the end.
Gabe?
She wasn't alone. I was with her the entire time they were giving her CPR. Holding her hand. Telling her I loved her.
Did she know that you were there?
Look, I can't really talk right now, so I will call you back. I'm so sorry. I never should have kept taking it down. I should have stopped. I'm so sorry.
Gabe, you do realize that we're going to have to keep your dive computer.
I'm sorry, what? You already downloaded all the information from it. You don't need to keep it.
Until our investigation is complete.
No, you have Tina's computer. This is mine. I'm taking it home with me.
Sorry, Gabe. I can't release it yet.
Can't release it yet. You know, I've had about enough of these guys. Fine, you keep it. And I want you to write down your little book here that's worth $1,500.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. I'm looking for Ken Schneider.
Ken, someone here to see you.
Mr. Thomas, glad you can make the drive down to Miami.
I appreciate your call.
Let's go into my office.
I've been trying to speak to the people who were on the boat with Gabe and Tina that day.
I'm sorry I didn't contact you earlier. I'm frustrated as hell. The Queensland cops haven't made any official determination on how your daughter died.
They're saying it isn't exactly a clear-cut case.
To hell it isn't. Gabe wasn't exactly clear-cut about what happened down there. You know his story, right? He told me after he let go of Tina, he saw her sinking feet first to the bottom. He tell you that too? Well, he's full of crap. And I pretty much called him on that right there on the boat. I told him he should come up with a better story. I've been on 800 dives. And I've seen a lot of panic divers. And they never go down feet first. They thrash and fight and claw their way toward the surface.
What were you saying? If Tina was sinking like Gabe described,
she was already dead when he let go of her.
I'm going to Australia.
You'll love it, mate. Beautiful beaches. You gotta see Ayers Rock in the outback. Outstanding. Actually, it's called Uluru now. That's what the Aborigines call it. But it'll always be Ayers Rock to me.
Mr. Thomas, we're so glad you're here.
Sergeant Campbell, good to meet you. Nice to put a face to a name.
And this is the dive site. A wreck called the Yongala sank in 1911.
Companies haul divers out here and they put them in the water near this buoy here, which is attached to a line that leads down to the wreck. The divers descend about 15, 20 metres. They let go of the line and the current pulls them along over the wreck to a second line that takes them back to the surface. Then they go back to the start, do it all over again.
Now, what we can't understand is how or why did Gabe and Tina swim against the current away from the Yongala to here? And then Tina was found on the bottom of the ocean here. Gabe was the more experienced diver. He was Tina's buddy, and so he's responsible for her.
So when I first started investigating this, it seemed like an ordinary diving accident. I did lots of interviews, mostly routine. There was something about Gabe's story that bothered me.
For me, it was the battery in the dive computer.
Forensics tested the computer in their lab with the battery in backwards. They tested it in the water, out of the water. It doesn't make a bloody sound.
The man was lying through his teeth, Tommy. So once we discovered one lie, we went looking for others.
And we compared Gabe's story to the printout from his dive computer.
And we found one inconsistency after another.
Like I said, when I put my mask back on, she was already 10 feet below me. I realized she was sinking faster than I could reach her. So I turned around to get help.
So you let her sink to the bottom?
There's nothing I could do.
Now, any diver will tell you, Tommy, that 10 feet in the water is nothing. She was down 10 feet. 2 kicks with your fins and you're there.
I mean, Gabe Watson is no idiot. He's got a degree from Birmingham University. There's just too many things that don't add up.
So the question we keep asking ourselves is, why did Gabe lie to us so many times?
You're saying he lied. Because he killed Christina?
Gabe?
Yeah, what's going on?
Tommy Thomas is down in Australia.
What? Why?
The man's obsessed.
Great.
He wouldn't leave Tina alone when she was alive. Now he's gonna start it on me.
Tommy? This is Dr. Metz.
Doctor, I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Mr. Thomas? We're just gonna wait a few minutes for an interview room. I'm sorry about this.
Mind if the doctor and I have a chat?
Sure. Go ahead.
I wasn't on the spoil sport. I was on another boat, the Jazz 2, but we were diving at the same time.
And you saw Gabe and Christina go in the water?
Our group was right behind them, and I was the first one in the water. About 10 meters down, I looked over. I saw another diver, small, a woman. She was rapidly moving her arms. It seemed like she was in some kind of distress. Her eyes were wide, very panicked. Then a second larger diver dropped down on top of her and put his arms around her. And I thought, okay, good, he's helping her. But then he didn't start taking her to the surface like I expected.
What was he doing holding her?
His back was to me. I couldn't tell.
Is it possible he was interfering with her air supply?
Well, I always assumed he was comforting her.
But, Doctor, what would you have done?
I would have inflated her buoyancy vest, and I would have taken her to the surface.
So there was a chance that maybe he could have saved her. Yep.
I think there's a chance there.
Morning, Greg.
What are you doing here, Tommy?
Same thing you are, looking for answers.
Mr. Thomas, Wade Singleton.
I'm very pleased to meet you at last.
I've been up north. I'm sorry, I've been a bit out of range. Are you coming out today?
If it's not a problem.
Actually, it is a problem. It's for the coronial inquest, and Wade will be called as a witness.
Surely one more person can fit on that boat.
We can stick some equipment in his hand, call him part of the crew.
Okay, but if the proverbial hits the fan...
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Mr. Thomas?
Yeah.
Deep breaths. Stay on deck.
Oh, appreciate it. You saw Christina. Yeah. Was she aware of anything?
No, she never responded.
Nothing?
We tried for 45 minutes. We're getting advice from the head surgeon in Townsville. I had 2 doctors with me on the Jazz 2.
And Gabe was there?
No, he wasn't. He was on the other boat.
What?
He didn't come over to us at all.
He wasn't.
Tommy. That's the boy over the wreck, where Tina died. We've got Constable Harrison here. He'll depict Gabe Watson in today's exercise. And Constable Susie Larson, she'll be Tina Watson. The current's identical, the visibility's similar. Look at that. Gabe's account doesn't match where we found Tina's body. This recreation will tell us if Metz's story is correct. According to Metz, he saw her by herself. She was lying there horizontally. He saw another larger diver drop down on top of her. He held her in a bear hug for about 30 seconds. Suddenly, they parted. She started to sink down, and he just swam up towards the surface. That readout is straight from Gabe's dive computer. Metz's account is spot on. It all leads towards the one thing. He must have turned her hair off.
Our investigation into the suspicious death of Tina Watson on her honeymoon 4 years ago has remained open and active. But today, that investigation kicks into a higher gear.
Excuse me, hey, coming this way.
No, babe, no, please don't embarrass me.
Oh, you're not gonna be embarrassed. Come right here. Everybody, please feast your eyes on this rock right here.
I wonder how she feels about getting married to the so-called honeymoon killer.
That's a bunch of tabloid garbage, Cherie. I think you should leave.
New evidence that we took to the coroner yesterday has convinced him to change his opinion on Tina's cause of death, from drowning to asphyxiation.
You know, there was a time when I thought God turned his back on me. But then Kim came into my life. She restored my faith. She put a smile back on my face. She put a little warmth back into my sheets.
This is no longer a suspicious death. We believe Tina Watson was murdered.
Raise your glasses to Kim, soon to be Watson.
Kim and Gabe.
Kim and Gabe.
Wish her luck on her honeymoon. What are you doing here? No, get out of here. Get off my property. All y'all get out of here.
David Gabriel Watson, Agent Doug McAvoy, FBI. We have a warrant to search the premises.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Here's a card with a number your attorney can call if you got any questions, Gabe. In the meantime, you gotta wait out here while we conduct our search.
Australia has no jurisdiction here. What you're doing is harassment. Hey, don't turn from me. I'm talking to you, Campbell. What are you doing in Alabama? Tommy Thomas put you up to this? Did he?
Like it or not, you're waiting outside.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gabe?
How much longer is that gonna take? We're gonna be here another couple hours.
Tonight, 360 followed a story we told you about earlier this week, a criminal case some had dubbed the honeymoon murder trial.
Was it just another diving accident, or was it a deliberate, callous act? He left her, we know that. But is he guilty?
They have no right. They're Australian, and they're being revved up by Tommy Thomas. This is a disgrace. You take an American citizen from his home, handcuff him in his front yard? Who are these people?
Unfortunately, persons under suspicion have few rights in these kinds of situations.
No, I don't want to hear that. I want to sue them for everything I can. This is humiliating. In front of my fiancée, in front of my neighbors, and for what? Huh? Nothing. I'm innocent. I'm victimized, firstly by Tommy Thomas, and now he's got the FBI doing his dirty work.
Almost 5 years after Alabama native Tina Watson was found dead on the bottom of the ocean off the coast of Australia, her husband, David Gabriel Watson, has been charged with murder.
Well, it's an absolutely astounding case. Witnesses say they saw him give her a giant bear hug and then swim in the opposite direction. Prosecutors had believed that he actually turned off her oxygen tank.
Do not tell me to calm down. No, Samuels, stop talking. I need you to get these charges dropped now, today, not tomorrow, but right now.
Watson! All right. Mr. Watson, what do you have to say? Mr. Watson!
Do you have anything to say about being charged with your wife's murder? The Australians have issued an indictment against you.
Yeah, well, they're morons and never hurt Tina.
They say they're going to start extradition proceedings. Care to comment?
They're gonna have to drag me back there kicking and screaming. Move.
It's taken 4 years for the boys in blue to even put their minds to this thing. Get off their fat ass.
Wow, he is creative.
But people who were there on the day, people like Dr. Metz, he is an actual eyewitness, and
Where's he getting all this
meanwhile, we're the
information?
laughing stock of the world. What's the plan here, boys? Make sure no Americans ever visit us again? Let's take some.
Dickhead.
Welcome back. We understand you've just come back from Australia. Now, this is the photo that made international headlines weeks after Tina died. And it caused a lot of speculation about whether her new husband, Gabe Watson, had something to do with her death.
The press called him the honeymoon killer.
He has now been indicted for murder?
And we want to make sure he stands trial. So
How insane is that, going on TV with this crap attacking me? I mean, Tina's rolling around in her grave right now. A grave that's in his plot, by the way, which I can't tell you how I agree to that. Well, what's wrong with you? You knew about this honeymoon killer BS long before we hooked up.
Well, rumors are one thing, but you're being charged, Gabe. Did the police know something I don't?
No. There's nothing to know. I have no idea why Tina went down. She just went down.
Then why are the police saying that? Why are they...
Because he is psycho. He always has been when it came to her, and she knew it. And every time that he would try to dish out some BS about me, she'd stand by me. Why can't you stand by me, huh?
Advanced divers normally.
Is it because she loved me more than you?
Say that, please.
Then do not make me defend myself in my own house.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Watson wanted her to dive. And she surprised.
Watch what you want.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, Tommy. Morning, Tommy.
Stop that! Stop that! You're digging her up?
Taking her to my family plot. She's gonna be buried next to me where she belongs.
Gabe, this is not right. Don't do this, Gabe.
Don't do what?
I'm begging you.
Don't do what she wants? Have you ever let her do what she wanted? She wanted to marry me. Did you respect that? Not once. Respect this. She's my wife, and she's coming with me.
Gabe, it's sacrilege.
It's not sacrilege. Tommy, I'm her husband.
Leave Tina here with her family.
I'm her family. She chose me. Now I'm taking her home, and that's that.
Give her some peace.
I'm giving her peace.
Let her rest in
You and
peace.
all your smothering and all your dictating to her, you can't even stop now that she's dead. And another thing, I could read the papers, you know. Something sinister happened beneath the water. You get one thing straight. I did not kill your daughter. The ocean did. She wants me, and she's coming home with me. And that's just something you're gonna have to learn to live with. Start this up. We're done here.
Shame on you. May God forgive you, Gabe.
Tina Watson drowned during a honeymoon scuba diving trip to
11
Australia.
days. They're on the supposedly romantic honeymoon.
Evidence which involves the scuba equipment.
And he should have come to her aid, and he should have helped her, which he did not.
This is a joke. Tommy Thomas wants to come after me and the entire country of Australia. Says, sure, why not? We'll help you come up with a bogus murder charge. Do you know why? Because I dared to love his daughter.
How anyone could think that Gabe would hurt a fly, let alone his wife.
Well, they're saying the motive was the life insurance money.
I never got any life insurance money. Her father got that money. All I got were her debts.
But you did go into Tina's office 2 weeks after she died and asked about her life insurance.
I asked about a lot of things. I wanted to clean out her desk. I wanted to get her iPod. Does that make me a murderer, too? My wife drowns after I did everything I possibly could to save her. And does anyone say, hey, Gabe, I'm sorry. You must have gone through hell. No, not one person.
Hello, darling. Tommy, flowers are gone again, just like last week.
Yeah.
What's going on? There you go, Tina, darling.
With all due respect, Doctor, we spoke to numerous divers, and they all said that taking 2 minutes to ascend 30 feet is slower than slow. Gabe Watson did not rocket to the top like he said.
Wade Singleton brought Tina up 100 feet in 90 seconds. That's over 3 times the distance in a much shorter time. Now, that's rocketing.
But Watson didn't rise vertically. He also swam horizontally away from the wreck, against a strong current.
So he couldn't rocket to the top.
But the bigger problem was that his wife put 20 pounds of weight in his suit. Way too much for a woman her size. She should have been carrying 6 pounds, 9 at the most. That means that the deeper she went, the more negative her buoyancy. By the time she reached 15, 20 metres, she would have felt extremely heavy. Of course, she would have panicked. And panic is a catchy thing.
Maybe we should take a step back and review.
Why would we step back from what we know is true after years of thorough investigation?
Maybe we don't know everything we think we know.
Well, we know he's a liar. He said he tried to swim down after her. The dive computer proved that a lie. Then what did he say? He ran into 2 Asians on the descent line and tried to get their help. Well, we proved that a lie. And he said he wasn't trained in how to help a struggling diver. Biggest lie of all.
OK, we can prove he lied. But after what we just heard, I'm not so sure we can prove murder.
Gabe Watson thought he was the beneficiary of his wife's life insurance, which he also thought had been increased to the maximum.
Wait, now they think I faked a broken computer?
Well, they tested the computer and they said that it just wouldn't beep if the battery was in backwards.
Well, the battery wasn't in backwards in the computer, it was backwards in the wire transmitter.
Okay, Gabe, you never said anything about your wire transmitter in your original statement.
Nobody ever asked me about the damn wire transmitter.
Okay.
Okay? Hey, look. I don't need my own lawyer doubting me. Either you believe me or I'll find myself a new lawyer. I'll let you decide today, okay?
Son of a bitch. What does that tell you about that guy?
Whoa, not right now.
An explosive video hit the internet 2 days ago and immediately went viral. It shows Gabe Watson, the so-called honeymoon killer, literally ripping the flowers from the grave of his wife, Tina. Watson has been charged by Australian authorities for murder in Tina's drowning death. Watson's shocking action has further unsettled her family. I have with me today Tina's father, Tommy Thomas. Mr. Thomas.
What the hell were you thinking, son?
What do you think about Gabe ripping the flowers away from
I was thinking how much Tina would hate what he's doing to me.
I think it goes to show Gabe's hostility towards Tina.
Not towards Tina, towards you.
What kind of a person would do something like that?
How do you feel about Gabe Watson?
I believe he is a danger to society, and he needs to stand trial.
I don't know, man. He's got the cops following you around with a camera. That's messed up.
You know you're not normal, right? You know that?
What do you think about the story in a Sydney newspaper today? Australia's foremost dive expert is saying that the police came to the wrong conclusion and that Tina's death was a typical diving accident.
Oh, you see there? There's somebody in that country who's actually sane.
Are you worried, Miss Lewis? When did you meet Gabe?
Miss Lewis, why haven't you set a wedding date yet? Worried your fiancé could be a killer?
No, I'm not. I'm not worried. Thank you. I love my husband.
Are you lying to us, Miss Lewis?
I'm not lying. Sorry.
Is he guilty?
Back off.
These reporters have been hounding us ever since that damn flower video.
That video made her job fighting the extradition more challenging. Hey, I need your signature on a few things.
Do you know how many people die every year in scuba diving accidents? 90. I looked it up. 90 drown while diving every single year, just like Tina.
The public need to know the truth.
Do you love him?
Yes, I do love him. Thank you very much for asking.
Is Gabe a killer?
No, he is not. He's innocent, and you all need to back off. We are private people, and you need to respect our privacy. Excuse me.
Are you looking forward to your honeymoon?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Will you be going diving with Gabe?
God. You're so rude. Can't we get rid of him?
Not legally, no. I'll get rid of him.
Gabe.
I'm gonna take control of this situation. I'm gonna get rid of them. I'll make them all go away. No, I'm serious. I need to know you're gonna stick by me.
Baby, I'm here. No matter what.
Good. Then, marry me. This weekend.
What? Why?
Hello. Tommy, Greg Campbell. You might want to get down here as soon as you can.
What's going on?
Gabe Watson just showed up to have himself arrested. The Queensland authorities have charged him with murder. I'm finally going to be able to lock his ass in the cell.
Mr. Watson has turned himself in voluntarily. He is here to answer to the charge of murder and to prove he is not guilty of those charges.
Do y'all like my suite?
Gabe, welcome back to Australia.
Kim.
Did you turn yourself in? Why the change of heart?
Change of heart. This guy's got a suspicious mind, doesn't he?
Oh, wait. Didn't you just get remarried? I mean, why would you leave your new wife to sit in a jail cell?
Well, you should be thanking me. You worked awful hard to fabricate a case against me and then organize a witch hunt.
We call it an inquest. And the coroner agreed there's sufficient evidence that you took your wife into the water and you held her still and helpless until she drowned.
Well, that never happened.
We'll see what a jury says about that.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Sit tight. I've got an appointment.
You want to be careful, Simmons. Your new client lies as easy as he breathes.
Before I take this offer to the Crown Prosecutor, I just want to make sure you understand the statute.
I understand it fine.
Take a seat. Won't be an easy thing, standing in a courtroom, pleading guilty to that kind of negligence.
That'll make the murder charge disappear, right?
I'm sure the Crown Prosecutor will jump at the chance. Their case is flimsy. You'd have a decent chance of acquittal at trial.
Like I'd get a fair shot at that trial in this country.
Well, you do this, you'll serve time.
Not much, though, right?
No.
Fine, they want their pound of flesh. They'll get it. But they're gonna get it on my terms, not theirs.
Then you're ready to tell the world that you take responsibility for your wife's death. Ready to admit you could have saved her.
I'll admit that I could have saved her. I'll admit that I panicked. And I'll admit that I left her alone to die. I'll admit that. Just, yeah, give me whatever it is you need me to do. Thank you.
You can't allow Watson to plea his way out of standing trial for murder.
We have a good case. Circumstantial at best.
We got a witness
who saw something that was open to interpretation. Plus, there's no motive. Watson didn't get a dime of insurance money.
Yeah, but he thought he was going to.
We can't prove that. We can't prove anything in this case beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah, but we got to try. Once a jury hears the evidence of him lying over and over.
Maybe he told so many lies because he was trying to confuse and cover up the truth.
And he's smart enough to know that if he plays the coward card, he'll get away with murder.
What's the alternative here, detective? We go for murder, he gets off, he goes home. Would that make you happy?
Mr. Watson, you have acknowledged an understanding of the charges against you. In the charge of murder, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
And in the charge of negligent manslaughter, how do you plead?
Guilty.
After reviewing the case, I find your decision to abandon your wife when she was fighting for her life reprehensible. You were her sole means of survival and you turned away. And this displays an appalling lack of character. And causing unnecessary death deserves criminal punishment. But by your plea, you do not seek to pretend that your actions were anything other than what they were. And you have spared the deceased's family the agony of a trial. You have saved the community the expense of conducting a trial. And I regard your plea as a recognition of your wrongdoing and an expression of your remorse. I hereby sentence you to 12 months at hard labour to be served in the general prison population.
All right. Did this prosecutor make a deal with Gabe before he left America?
Mr. Thomas.
My daughter was murdered. She did not get justice here. I don't quite know how to put it, except to say that this judge and the prosecutor seemed to care more about Mr. Watson and the burden he carried from embarrassment about being brought up on murder charges, and they allowed him to plead guilty to manslaughter. 1 year in jail, that's a joke. The judge charged that he left my daughter sink to the bottom of the ocean while he turned and swam to the surface to get help. I'd say he swam in the wrong direction. He could have given her oxygen. The judge has said that. Do I think he murdered my daughter? Hell yes. Thank you.
Is this an example of justice, sir?
There's no justice here. I'd say Australia must be embarrassed by this judge and this prosecutor. Justice? Where's the justice for my daughter? 1 year.
Looky here, honeymoon killer in the house.
Hey, killed you pretty.
In an Australian court earlier this week, Gabe Watson was convicted of negligent manslaughter. Tina Watson's family and the prosecutors protested his light jail sentence.
And tomorrow's the day. Gabe Watson walks free. He served 18 months for killing his wife. Well, they gave 12 months, but there was such an outcry, it was increased by 6 months. A pittance.
How does it feel to be a free man finally? We don't have any comment at all. Have you made some connections with other criminals? Your family not connected. Where is your family? Are you going to? Where will you be going first? Where is your best rest of your life?
Gabe Watson says his wife drowned due to inexperience, yet he pleaded guilty to criminally negligent manslaughter in Australia. He served time in prison there.
Oh, come on. Land this bad boy. No, I'm sorry, man. I want to get on the ground, you know. I've been out of the country for about 1.5 years. You know, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nice piece of American soil and I'm going to kiss it. Then I'm going to find a cheeseburger and I'm going to kiss that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Then I'm going to find my wife and I'm going to kiss her for about 2 days. Yeah. Come on.
This is your captain speaking. Flight attendants, prepare for landing.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Over here!
Hey!
Over here!
David Gabriel Watson, Special Agent Fowler of the FBI. You're under arrest for the planning and premeditated murder of Christina Watson in the state of Alabama. You have the right to remain silent.
You can't do this. No, this is illegal. Have you not heard of double jeopardy?
Pleading guilty to manslaughter in Australia does not get you out of murder charges in Alabama. Let's start again.
Okay,
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you?
Yeah, I got it. Why don't you give my bag?
Gabe Watson, a.k.a. the honeymoon killer, is back on U.S. soil and in the custody of police 7 years after allegedly murdering his wife of just 11 days. Watson's attorney says that he paid his dues by serving time for involuntary manslaughter in Australia.
I didn't kill your daughter.
Mr. Watson, how do you address the charges that you are in fact guilty of the travesty?
Would you like to make any comment?
It's a very complicated case I want to talk about with legal analyst Sonny Hostin, a former prosecutor. It seemed the prosecution was stunned that the judge threw this out. Were you?
I think it's just extraordinary that this case never went to the jury.
And today, Gabe Watson is a free man after an extraordinary week in an Alabama court. The case was thrown out by the Jefferson County Circuit Judge, citing lack of evidence.
All right, we got food here.
I love it.
All right, guys.
Doesn't make any sense.
Maddie, do me a favor, brother. These aren't ready yet.
Okay.
Cammy, honey, will you take these, put them on the table for me? Thank you, thank you.
You, baby. Oh, shoot. Oh, baby, I'm
don't
so
worry,
sorry.
it's okay, it's okay.
Sorry, baby.
Who wants to go for a swim?
Well, they say don't look for heroes if you don't care who you find. All roads lead to somewhere, and although